Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you in another video. Alright, so I ain't made a therapy session in a long time, but I figured I'd just put an entry in here to wish all of the mothers who follow me and all of the people who celebrate their mothers who follow me a very, very happy Mother's Day. This is one of the more important holidays, in my opinion, because we celebrate those who provide life, man. Those who provide life, those who fill in for those who aren't able to provide life. The mother role, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Whoever you are, it's not limited to my understanding, just that you play the role. You are important, and so we appreciate you on this channel, and we don't take it lightly. You know, the conversation is different now because you can offend people when you say certain things. When you associate women with childbirth, now it becomes a situation where people can find new meaning in what your intentions are, and that's just, you know, what we have to learn now in this world, especially those of us who were raised in yesteryear in other eras. But I don't assume to ever know, which is why I try to choose my words carefully on a subject where I wasn't raised that it would be necessary initially, but to be more mindful when you have a voice, even when you don't understand, to try to tiptoe, I think is something that seems responsible in 2023. And so I do that. But my heart is that of support for anybody who would feel that this would apply to them, I guess is the best way to say it. Sometimes it's the dads who play the mom role. Sometimes it's people who don't give birth that ultimately end up playing that role to the fullest. And a great deal of love in this world is found that way. I don't know that you minimalize acknowledging those people by acknowledging others who traditionally gave birth, as we understand it, and all of those very traditional understandings are important. But at the end of the day, you just want to show love to everybody, and when we're in a world where it's very easy to be concerned about offending people, we can, you know, extract the intentions of good energy in place of what it is that ultimately would be appropriate to say. I would love to see our world evolve from that and not be so intent on attacking what otherwise would be left out, but more so celebrate who it is that who's intended to be celebrated. So I think every time we look to acknowledge some, there's going to be an entity or energy out there that looks to make negative of that. And so in the light of this being life that we're celebrating, everybody in life has their own opinions and differences and changes that they go through that change those opinions and make them different. And so I just appreciate the start of the journey. And that journey starts with the mother and the mother's role. So that's how I acknowledge it. I had a fantastic mother in life. I don't find myself depressed this morning. You know what I mean? That my mother's not walking the earth anymore, but that she's in my heart and that she gave me all she had is enough to celebrate who she is even now. You know, so that's how I look at it. I don't necessarily find myself depressed this morning or feeling as if you know, something bad is to be attached to this morning. Not at all. If anything, I'm just appreciative that my mother gave me life and was with me for a good 30 years. 30 years that I wish I could have had more, but 30 years I was blessed with just the same. So I definitely wake up this morning appreciative of her and her energy and her memories and the teachings and the things that she used to say to me. One of which was walk with God. That was her favorite saying. And we put that phrase on her plaque, her tombstone, and I carry it with me every day, because at the end of the day, the one thing that my mother wanted me to remember is that, you know, there's something out there that loves and is looking to send good energy our way, and all of those different things that she placed in me through the love that she believed in, the love that was given her from her mother and her grandmother and people that I think about on this day as well. And so I just look at it like that. I honor my mother every time I apply my faith, because that's what she intended for me to do. Every time I try to ask the Lord to walk with my steps, I'm looking at my mom and saying, this is what she wanted from me. And I honor that. So, you know, that's also what faith means to me in a way, to be honest with you. It's not just about the relationship between myself and God, but also about honoring the relationship I had with myself and my mother. So I just want to acknowledge Mom, and acknowledge all of you guys, and just say, if you're someone who's doesn't have their mother anymore, just know that I'm in that boat with you. And I think what I take great pride in is not allowing those feelings that I have to carry over into wanting worse for others. I don't want nobody's mom to pass away or anything like that, because I lost mine. You know what I mean? And I take great pride in not allowing that type of energy to ever enter my heart. And I get that from my mother. She would have never allowed me to feel those feelings, or she would have never allowed me to think that those were feelings she would honor. My mother wanted more for me than she had for herself. And I think by the way of that example, she's taught me how to not, at the very least, want less for others. So that's what I can say. At any rate, I know this day will be good for those who have their mother with them and have good relationships with their moms. Maybe you don't. That's a real thing. I think the natural inclination for a person like myself to say is, at least you got your mama, but that's not the reality of it. I think I was blessed to have a fantastic mom. You know what I mean? And not everybody will be able to have that testimony. So the relationship may be different. Your position on mother may be different. But I can tell you that I've learned that you can be the compassion you want to see in the world. You can be the parent that you wanted for yourself. If you do it with your heart, and you do it with everything you got, I'm pretty certain you will meet what your expectations will be in regards to being a parent. And so I've seen situations where people didn't necessarily have the greatest parents or the greatest households grow up and then provide themselves to be the best they can be. So be the good in the world that you want to see as it pertains to being a mom or a parent, because at the end of the day, because you went through what you went through, you know what should be done and what shouldn't be done. I think that about a lot of people who've had bad households and growing up and all of that. They know the compassion they wish they would have received and the environment they wish they would have had. So that's the environment I think a good parent does their best to try to provide. I think that. But at any rate, I just wanted to come here and bump my gums. I didn't want to make this a very long video. I want to send good energy to all of the people out there who are celebrating moms. All of the moms, of course, who are out there having children. All the new moms is who I'm thinking about, those who just got the good news. You know what I mean? And going to be first-time moms. Congratulations to you guys. And I wish you the best in your journey. And I think this is super exciting for the first-time moms. Super exciting for the first-time dads. You know what I mean? And I just want to acknowledge you guys too. Happy Mother's Day to you all. So that's what I got, man. That is my thought. Good energy this morning. For me, on days like this, I never quite align with the day itself. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I'll be really super into Mother's memory and all those different things on a random day in July. But on Mother's Day, I'm like something. It's like that for every single thing in regards to myself. Even with the Laker playoffs, I'm like that. I wasn't super gung-ho Lakered out on the biggest game, but like some random day in February, I'm like overly enthused. This is, I'm on my own type of time, and this is no different. But I do want to acknowledge to everybody that Mother's Day should be every day. That we should celebrate those who give us life every day. That there's never a good mood to not celebrate those who provide so much for so many. So that is where I want to leave this video. I thank you all for watching BDF 44, and I'm out.